Welcome to Headphone News, Greater Vancouver edition for Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. In today's episode, we will quickly cover 15 news articles in 15 minutes. Let's dive in.
BC United's financial struggles. BC United, a political party in British Columbia, Canada, is facing a daunting $1 million deficit. This financial crisis has intensified following the withdrawal of its leader, Kevin Falcon, from the provincial election campaign. To avoid bankruptcy, the party is urgently seeking donations, as it owes $930,000 to vendors and former candidates. A crucial $3 million bank loan fell through, putting the party's future in jeopardy. If they can't raise funds by the end of January, BC United risks being removed from the register by Elections BC, which would make it illegal for them to collect further donations. The financial strain has led to a drastic cut in staff, shrinking from 27 to just 5 members. In a bid to save costs, the party is also trying to rent out its office space, which has a monthly rent exceeding $19,000. These financial challenges not only threaten the survival of BC United, but could also reshape the political landscape in British Columbia.
Air Canada's ambitious revenue growth plans. Air Canada is aiming high, with plans to boost its operating revenue by an impressive 36% by 2028. This surge is fueled by a booming interest in leisure travel. The airline expects its earnings, calculated before interest, taxes, depreciation and amortization, to fall between $3.4 billion Canadian dollars and $3.8 billion Canadian dollars for 2025, which translates to about $2.38 billion to $2.66 billion US dollars. By 2028, Air Canada is targeting an operating revenue of $30 billion Canadian dollars and anticipates generating $22 billion Canadian dollars this year. To support this growth, the airline plans to expand its flight capacity to China and other destinations in the Asia-Pacific region. While the recovery in travel is set to benefit the Canadian economy, challenges remain, including the risk of new COVID-19 variants and rising fuel prices. Keep an ear out for more details from Air Canada during their upcoming Investor Day, as they navigate this exciting growth journey.
Canadian inflation rate update. Statistics Canada has announced that the inflation rate in Canada has quickly dropped to just under 2% for November, down from 2% in October. The Canadian dollar, often called the loonie, briefly fell below 70 cents against the US dollar, affecting the cost of imports from the United States. Market analyst Kyle Chapman highlights that political uncertainty following Donald Trump's re-election is a major factor behind the loonie's decline. The report reveals that the cost of children's clothing has decreased by nearly 5%, while hotel room prices in Ontario have skyrocketed by over 23%. Grocery prices have risen by about 3% annually, and shelter costs have surged by nearly 19% over the past 3 years. These economic changes present ongoing challenges for Canadian families as they manage their budgets in a shifting market. So, what does this mean for your wallet?
Canada's Automatic Tax Filing Initiative. The Canadian federal government is making exciting strides with its Automatic Tax Filing Initiative, aimed at simplifying tax season for low and middle-income Canadians. Beginning in 2025, the Canada Revenue Agency will automatically take care of tax returns for some lower-income individuals. Recently, a pilot program invited over 2 million eligible Canadians to file their taxes using phone and online options. As of November 3, 2023, an impressive 93% of participants successfully filed their returns, leading to about $3 billion Canadian dollars, roughly $2.22 billion US dollars, in benefits and credits distributed. However, 1 in 5 Canadians earning less than 20,000 Canadian dollars still do not file their tax returns. To address this, the government plans to expand automatic filing to middle-class Canadians. This initiative marks a significant change in how Canadians will engage with their tax system, making it easier and more accessible for everyone. Imagine a world where filing your taxes is as simple as a click of a button. This is the future the government is working towards.
Political turmoil in Canada after Freeland's resignation. Canada is facing political chaos following the surprise resignation of Freeland, the Deputy Prime Minister. This unexpected move has triggered a wave of unrest and highlights growing discontent with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government. In British Columbia, local leaders are expressing worries about how this might affect the province's economy. Former Conservative Cabinet Minister James Moore has called the situation a disaster, while Patrick Wheeler, a member of the Legislative Assembly for West Vancouver Sunshine Coast, is urging Trudeau to step down. Adding to the tension, President-elect Donald Trump has warned of potential tariffs on Canadian goods, raising fears about financial security. Freeland's departure could lead to significant changes in party dynamics and influence upcoming elections. As leaders respond to this unfolding situation, the future of Canadian politics remains unpredictable.
Diesel spill incident in British Columbia. A significant diesel spill has occurred off the coast of British Columbia, Canada, caused by a mistake during a fuel transfer at a fish farm. About 8,000 liters of diesel have leaked into the waters near Zeballos on Vancouver Island. Grieg Seafood, the company responsible for the farm, has deployed special barriers to soak up the spill. The Canadian Coast Guard is warning sailors to stay away from the affected area. This incident threatens the local ocean life and disrupts the clam fishing activities of the Hadasat First Nation, an indigenous community. Chief Simon John has voiced deep concern about the impact on their traditional food sources. Cleanup operations are currently underway, involving around 40 people, including community members and representatives from Grieg Seafood. The company is reviewing its safety rules to prevent similar incidents in the future. This event highlights the urgent need for better ecological protection in industrial operations.
Fire breaks out at Carihi Secondary School. A fire broke out at Carihi Secondary School in Campbell River, British Columbia, Canada on November 21, 2023, around 11 p.m. Pacific Time. This fire ignited on its own due to a chemical reaction involving cooking oils on cloth and poor airflow. The blaze caused significant damage to the school, leading to its closure for over a week before it reopened on December 2nd. This incident highlights the critical importance of fire safety in schools and reminds us all to be vigilant about managing flammable materials. So take a moment to think about how prepared your own school or home is for fire emergencies.
Arrest of Central Saanich police officers for sexual assault. 2 police officers from the Central Saanich Police Service in British Columbia, Canada, have been arrested on disturbing accusations of sexual assault. Officers Matthew Ball, 43, and Ryan Johnston, 40, are facing serious claims of illegal sexual contact with a woman while they were on duty. The investigation kicked off on October 28, 2023, after a report was made to the Vancouver Police Department. Allegations against Officer Ball date back to incidents that occurred between February 2019 and October 2023, while Officer Johnston is charged with offenses from February to March 2020. Each officer faces 1 count of sexual assault, and Officer Ball is also charged with betrayal of trust. This troubling situation raises significant concerns about the community's trust in law enforcement in Central Saanich, a town with around 17,400 residents. The Central Saanich Police Department is fully cooperating with the investigation and emphasizes the importance of accountability to maintain public confidence.
Canada Post resumes services after strike. Canada Post has restarted its services after a month-long strike that involved over 55,000 postal workers. This walkout began in mid-November 2024 due to disagreements over pay and working conditions. Labour Minister Stephen McKinnon stepped in, ordering workers back to their jobs to restore service during the busy holiday season. As Canada Post tackles a pileup of mail and parcels, some delays are likely, leaving many waiting for important items like passports and health cards. Last year, the Postal Service managed an impressive average of 8.5 million letters and 1.1 million parcels each weekday. However, the government-owned company has reported a staggering deficit of 3.3 billion Canadian dollars, which is about $2.45 billion US dollars since 2018. An investigation is set to look into the ongoing labor conflicts and provide suggestions by May 15, 2025. Canadians are hopeful for timely deliveries as the holiday season continues, especially as they eagerly await gifts and essential documents.
E-bike and scooter usage surge in Metro Vancouver. A recent report from the University of British Columbia highlights a significant rise in e-bike and electric scooter usage in Metro Vancouver, Canada. The percentage of e-bike riders jumped from 4.5% in 2019 to 16.4% in 2024, while electric scooter usage grew from 0.4% to 4.2%. In contrast, traditional bike riders dropped from 91% to 74%. This increase has led to a typical speed on shared paths rising by 11%, with some electric devices reaching speeds of about 20 miles per hour. Such speeds raise serious concerns for pedestrians. Researchers suggest redesigning bike paths to better separate faster vehicles from foot traffic and recommend wider paths to enhance safety. Current speed limits for e-bikes and scooters may not reflect how fast people are actually riding. The report emphasizes the urgent need for public education on safety and potential updates to local laws to keep pace with these changes. What does this mean for the future of urban transportation?
Severe weather hits British Columbia. A powerful storm is sweeping through British Columbia, Canada, bringing heavy rain, strong winds, and significant snowfall. In Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley, rainfall could reach about 2 to 3 inches, while Vancouver Island might see between 2 to 4 inches. Previous storms have already soaked the ground, increasing the danger of flooding and mudslides. Tragically, a recent mudslide near Lions Bay has led to one confirmed death. Wind gusts could hit 60 miles per hour along the north coast. Warnings are now in effect from Environment Canada, urging travelers in affected areas to be cautious. Locals are encouraged to stay updated and be ready as the storm continues to unfold.
British Columbia's budget challenges. British Columbia is facing a significant financial challenge with a projected budget deficit of $9.4 billion for this fiscal year. That's an increase of $429 million from earlier estimates. This rising deficit is largely due to lower income from corporate taxes and natural resources. Finance Minister Brenda Bailey emphasizes the need for targeted investments to boost economic growth instead of cutting essential public services. The province's debt is expected to reach a staggering $130 billion by the end of the year, while economic growth is forecasted to be just 0.9% in 2024. To tackle these issues, the government plans to invest $13.2 billion in infrastructure projects, aiming to create jobs and enhance services for the community. They are striving to balance financial responsibility with the need for community support, ensuring that the needs of British Columbians are met while managing the province's finances.
Empowering community safety in Vancouver. The Chinese Community Policing Center in Vancouver, Canada, has launched an exciting initiative called Project Shield, offering free self-defense workshops. These engaging sessions are designed to empower people in need, particularly seniors aged 55 and older. The first workshop kicked off on a Tuesday, focusing on building self-assurance and teaching essential self-defense skills. This initiative comes in response to rising safety concerns in downtown Vancouver, where several incidents have left community members feeling uneasy. Participants, including seniors like Cecilia Leung, have expressed how crucial it is to learn these skills. The program consists of 5 workshops and is also open to children, youth, and women, aiming to boost personal safety and foster community support in Vancouver's Chinatown. Have you ever felt unsafe in your neighborhood? Programs like this one are making a real difference, inviting everyone to join in and learn how to protect themselves.
Dunsmuir House faces demolition in Vancouver. Dunsmuir House, a once grand historic building in Vancouver, British Columbia, is at risk of demolition due to its deteriorating condition. Built in 1909, this 115-year-old landmark has been empty for 11 years and is suffering from severe water damage and structural problems. City councilors are preparing to meet soon to decide if this beloved structure should be declared a public safety hazard. If they approve this declaration, the property owner, Holborn, will have just 21 days to fix the issues. The building is estimated to be worth 8.1 million Canadian dollars, which is about $6 million US. The outcome of this meeting could significantly affect the future of heritage preservation in Vancouver, raising questions about what we stand to lose if we let our history fade away.
Misinformation and community tensions in Canada. A troubling wave of false information is sweeping across Canada, driven by suspected bot accounts on social media and news outlets that support Prime Minister Narendra Modi in India. This situation raises serious concerns about the relationships between Sikh and Hindu communities. Recent demonstrations in Surrey and Brampton, cities in British Columbia, have highlighted ongoing conflicts linked to the Khalistan movement, which advocates for a separate Sikh state in India. Investigations by CBC News have uncovered hundreds of suspicious accounts spreading misleading information about Sikh Canadians. Counter-demonstrations during these events have led to several arrests, underscoring rising tensions within these communities. The significant role of social media in spreading false information is contributing to increased division among groups. The political climate in India, especially under Prime Minister Modi, has come under scrutiny regarding minority rights, adding further complexity to the situation. Understanding the Khalistan movement is essential for grasping the current dynamics at play. Tackling misinformation is crucial for fostering informed public discussions and reducing tensions among these communities.
That is all the news for today. Thank you for listening to today's Headphone News. News Summary brought to you by AI.